As a social studies student, I was always frustrated by the names, dates, and seemingly disconnected events I was forced to memorize. Now I prefer to call what I teach truth sleuthing, emphasizing the skill necessary to decode a variety of contradictory sources rather than the biased content each contains. Since the creation of our new Global Connections curriculum, my truth sleuths have been focused on global poverty. In this map, you may notice that the United States shares the highest global income with Western Europe, Australia, and Japan, while most of the poorest countries in the world are in Africa. I assigned my students the task of determining whether the current state of wealth depicted here is a result of geographic luck, as claimed by Dr. Jared Diamond in his Pulitzer Prize-winning book, Guns, Germs, and Steel. We started by studying the Middle East. Each student group of 3 was tasked with determining whether geography, government, or beliefs played the greatest role in affecting the economy of a Middle Eastern country. As you might expect, my students disagreed. In Iran, for example, some thought that Diamond was right because oil has a big impact on the economy there. Others thought that government trumped geography because Iran's choice to have a nuclear program has resulted in international sanctions that have damaged its economy. Still others thought that beliefs played the largest role because the enmity between Israel, the United States, and Iran has religious roots. Each group then ranked the causes in order of importance and labeled them according to whether they had a more positive or negative effect on the economy. As students presented their findings to the class, we compiled all of the evidence about reasons for the wealth and poverty in the region. We went on to study Western Europe and found the disagreement there as well. Also in China, and in Africa. Here I directed students to develop a solution that targeted the cause they believed most responsible for the problem. These 4 students believed the greatest cause to be geography. In a presentation about Chad, their proposed solution to its dire economic situation involved farming a hardy and nutritious plant called the amaranth. And finally, after studying other cultures and economies, students challenged their preconceived notions about the reasons for the United States' global domination. So will there ever be agreement about poverty's causes and solutions? Not likely. And so what's the point of all this if we can't agree upon an answer? If all we can come up with is uncertainty? The point is to develop skills that enable students to work with ever-changing, sometimes overwhelming content to solve problems. But which skills? A Westport team of teachers and administrators has distilled all of the available lists of the skills needed to succeed in the 21st century into 4 categories: global thinking, communication, creativity, and critical thinking. In searching for the solution to global poverty, my students learned about cultural and economic differences throughout the world, practiced presenting their evidence-supported point of view about possible causes, and came up with innovative solutions, all the while thinking critically about one of the most important questions of our time. This student's project refutes Dr. Diamond's theory, claiming that government plays a larger role in determining a country's wealth because Syria, according to Dr. Diamond, had all of the geographic advantages necessary for a successful society, and yet it is suffering economically because of a civil war over whether a brutal dictator should remain in power. While Singapore had all of the geographic disadvantages that prevented it from repelling British colonists in 1819, and yet it is thriving economically because of the economic freedom provided by its government. So what can you do at home to support the development of 21st century skills? To support critical thinking, put icons to your favorite reliable sources on your bookmarks bar of your browser and show your children how to use them. To improve communication skills, read aloud to your kids. Books they wouldn't likely pick up on their own, but that you think they would enjoy listening to. Slightly above reading level, preferably nonfiction. To improve their global awareness, watch the news together. Involve them in discussions about it. Get a globe and keep it handy. Refer to it whenever a region is mentioned. And to improve creativity, limit video and phone entertainment time. Creativity springs from inventive play.